Alright, looks like it paid out alright. I'm gonna grab that Atraxa, and Hey Dragonauts, Astralsflame here, tapping out to talk about Grixis Reanimator, another variant deck to come into play in this amazing meta. Just like I'm tapping out, why don't you tap out on the subscribe button to stay updated on all the new standard best of 3 decks for Magic the Gathering. And with that, let's get into Grixis Reanimator, the deck that is one of the best for the comeback games. Grixis Reanimator, aptly named Grixis Comeback, is probably one of the most fun decks I've had the chance of playing in the standard meta currently. The idea just bringing back the big beaters. We have Atraxa Unifier and Etali Primal Conqueror. How are we going to bring back these two big creatures that just changed the board state? Well, very easily, actually. Breach the Multiverse is number 1, Cruelty GX is number 2, and Invasion of Amkonkhet number 3. Invasion is probably going to be our easiest way to actually do that, especially just forcing our opponent to get rid of a spell from their hand, mill a couple cards, and then transform into whatever we need. You could just easily have a turn for Etali or Atraxa with this list. It's not impossible. That being said, you do have some other options on what you want to do, and by that I mean how we're actually going to get there. Because Atraxa and Etali have to get to the graveyard to actually be cast for us or be brought back. So we have a few different ways to do that. First off, Big Score is a big ticket item, no pun intended, but being able to discard a card, make some treasures, and draw 2. Big Score accelerates you further into casting your Breach the Multiverse, enabling one of your big Reanimator targets to hit the graveyard, and potentially drawing in some extra removal to stop your opponent from having what they need to stop you from doing your thing. A lot of back and forth. Weirdly enough, we're not really playing a lot of blue in this deck. It's actually on the sideboard, so maybe we're more Rakdos than anything. But nonetheless, continuing on, we're also jamming in Bloodtithe Harvester, great removal card, but really playing this for the blood token. Being able to discard a card and draw one. So again, putting Etali or Atraxa into our bin, absolutely key. We're playing a secondary removal here into Nahiri's Warcrafting. This kind of acts like card advantage when we can exile something. But otherwise, it's acting more of like a removal card, plus it auto clears our battle. You can use Warcrafting to target your invasion and hit it for 5, which its battle siege counters are only 4. So you do get to look at the top card, maybe grab a land, and then flip your Invasion of Amkonkhet into the Lazatep Convert, turning it into either Etali or Atraxa very easily. For stability-wise, you're going to need some creatures to keep things going, because as great it is to reanimate, we still need to have a board state. Graveyard Trespasser is a great 3/3 that can help do that. Very hard for the opponent to deal with, can net you some life gain, plus She-Holder the Apocalypse. As we're drawing cards, we get some life. We're going to do a lot of that thanks to Big Score. And if we need to take care of the opponent's creatures, we've got a nice plethora here. We've got Cut Downs, Go for the Throats, and an Edict. So, need to target a Planeswalker? No problem. No artifact creatures, you're good. And early game creatures are out of there. And if you just don't need them at all, you can discard them to Bloodtithe Harvester or Big Score. Absolutely great. One of the problems that'll come with this deck, though, is when you're playing against Control. Control usually will be playing Farewell these days, and that eats your graveyard. Bad for us. We want to stop that. So in order to combat that, we are going to be playing in Duresses to stop the opponent's hand, and Negates as well. If they are a Planeswalker package, Lethal Mana Barrage is going to be a great inclusion in this deck as well. Going up against mid-range, Grixis Command and Soul Transfers are fantastic to bring in, and against aggro, well, Grixis Command is going to clean that up nicely. Otherwise, get your turn for Atraxa and win the game. It's that easy. Dragonauts, please enjoy the game. I haven't exactly decided how I want that content to flow, but I'll get there at some point. You'll be watching Handhawks. Hey, awesome guys. We're definitely taking the play here. Go for the Throat, Corpse Appraise, and Cruelty GX. All pretty great. I'm going to keep. Which is nice, because like if I kill their creature turn 2, I Corpse Appraise turn 3. We have Cruelty GX to play on turn 5 to like beat their hand, grab a card, etc. I'll play in Stormcarved Coast here. We'll pass the turn. Very Mastermind. Let's just get rid of you. Denying their card draw is very nice. Taking away the flyer for the turn, especially as this is just Rapine. No, it's just Jace. All right. Jace on complete. So they're gonna mill me. We do lose a big score. That's unfortunate, but let's just go ahead. Casting Corpse Appraiser. Lead their Fairy Mastermind. And I'm gonna grab that Breach the Multiverse. So the mill game's already started from the opponent. I mean, it's a mill deck night tonight, but that's okay.
Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
Casting in a Mirrex to a She-Holdred. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but that's fine. Let's go ahead. We'll cast this in. Let's Cruelty of Gix. We'll target for 1. And we're going to get rid of that extra Jace. We'll say no attacks. Opponent definitely going to play into land here. It's probably playing the Rafine's Tower. They might decide to hold it back to cycle, though. And talking to him. Heated Sigma Kyrie. Alright, so they are combo. So this is the Esper combo list. They're looking for Breach the Multiverse, or they're going to look for Explosive Singularity on top. Sometimes the Esper lifts don't run Explosive Singularity, sometimes they do. It's very hit or miss. But we'll see. Going down to a 0-3, they attack for 4. I'm going to block this so I don't take the damage. And we will get to tutor a card here. Now the question is, what do we tutor? I don't think it's worth grabbing an Etali or a Atraxa. I'd love to grab something to bin my Etali. I worry about the damage I take next turn. Could always bring back their Jizz with stuff. I might just have to take the Go for the Throat and kill the She-Holdred. Yeah, I think I just have to kill Shelly. I can use Cruelty Gex to bring Shelly back, which is alright. And then I don't get hurt too much. But if this is just Hidetsugu attack into Breach the Multiverse, I lose on the combo. Otherwise, I have Cruelty Gex into Breach the Multiverse, so maybe. Creatures of the mill decks that have been going around. Lately is Ruin Crab and 100 spells. Wouldn't surprise me. Ruin Crab be doing things. Targeted themselves. Interesting. So they never had a spell on top. Well, let's take their Shelly. Let's play in Sokenzin, and we're gonna go for... Do I go for the Etali here? Maybe it's better for me to go Etali over Breach, in case they have a counterspell. I haven't seen any counterspells though, so maybe, you know what, let's just go for the Breach. If they have the counterspell, they have the counterspell. I think I take this risk. Like, either way, if I play the Etali, I potentially feed in them if they have Breach the Multiverse. If I play my Breach and it gets countered, well, I'm not actively feeding them. So, good and bad. This is probably the less trade-offy. So we'll see. Otawara to bounce back Shelly, that's fine. Alright, looks like it paid out alright. I'm gonna grab that Atraxa, and I'm also gonna take the Wandering Emperor, honestly. So we can exile the Hidetsugu and Kairi. Gotta play through the counters. It's true now, it's very true. Yeah, so even if they kill Atraxa, like, that's fine. Just take out Hidetsugu, get some life back. We still get the trigger. Let's go ahead and I'll grab Harvester. Hey, what's going on, Scoop? How you doing? I'll take the invasion. We'll grab a warcrafting. I'll take the cruelty, and we'll grab a Xander's Lounge. Actually, I'll take the 100 Fridge. I might as well take the cut down at this point too. We have to discard 2 cards. I will discard my 2 cut downs. 1 deck for standard. It's mono red aggro, mono black, and mono blue. Still done yet? Ooh. I'd probably say mono blue myself. We have 24 to 30. Let's take the draw. I could Etali here. I kind of want to just also like Bloodtithe Harvester and Nahiri's Warcrafting kill the Shelly. So I think I'll do that. We're gonna Warcrafting, get rid of Shelly. And then we'll do Invasion of Amkonkhet. Choose to mill the opponent. Obviously. Get them also to discard a card, which is nice. Fairy Mastermind is fine. That puts us down to 20 to 27. So they did have the counterspell. That's good to know. We'll cast in our Bloodtithe Harvester. And I'm going to go and make a 2/2 Samurai with the Wandering Emperor here. Okay. Play tactics? No worries, Cass. Doing well. Missing my Jund Tyra list again. Hey, fair enough. A lot of changes because of the Fatal land. Yo, I feel that though. I can discard this land. That's fine. So they too are playing Invasion, but their only real creature is Hidetsugu and She-Holdred, whereas I have the bigger threats. So I don't think they can kill my Invasion. And that's fine. They'll have to plus here on Jace. And then Fairy's probably attacking Invasion of Amkonkhet. Ooh. Is there a Jace the Perfected Mind in their graveyard right now? There is. I actually could just win the game if this resolves. So we'll do Intaki Numa and play in Breach the Multiverse. And we're not going to delay. We're just going to grab their Jace. I'm going to grab Etali as well, just because.
Emotions are distractions. Focus on the facts.
Put the decks down a little bit more, but Jace is going to be lethal on them. Hey, look, another Jace. Let's just take the Warcrafting. I'll target the Invasion of Amkonkhet and decline that Jace. Decline the spell, grab the Invasion. Lazotap Converter is going to come out. We're going to go ahead and become a... What do I want to take? Actually, I'll just grab Shelly here. And we'll go ahead and minus 15. That should just outmill our opponent. And that's game 1. Unlicensed Hearse could be okay here since they are mill. And they are playing the Invasions of Amkonkhet. I don't believe I'm going to end up running cutdowns. Fairy Mastermind is the only target for it. Soul Transfer and that other Duress are very helpful. I'm going to cut my cruelties down to 2. I'll keep Atraxa at 3 and Etali at 2. We'll cut down Big Score. Edict's my only real way of hitting Planeswalkers. I probably need 2 Edicts in the sideboard. Maybe cut a Go for the Throat. And 1 Warcrafting. So going into game 2, we're going to end up bringing Unlicensed Hearse and Duresses. We're looking to target the opponent with their own getting rid of their mill spells, the Jace, Planeswalker, looking to get rid of Invasion of Amkonkhet or their Breach the Multiverses, while we try to get our Breach going up. Let's check out how game 2 goes. Combination holding up counter magic, which is beneficial for effects, right? Not to mention, the deck just is very good. So it performs well, it's good on as a budget, and will teach you a lot of skills in playing with the other colors and against the other colors. 3 Atraxas and a big score. I'll keep. Harvester is very good. We can go Haunted Ridge and a Bloodtithe Harvester. Cycle away in Atraxa, big score in Atraxa, all that good stuff. Darkslick Shores into Bloodtithe Harvester. Suspicious Stowaway. That was not in the last match, I don't believe. So we have to take the 1 to 19. They can draw and discard. Discarding Breach. That's interesting. Why would you discard a Breach the Multiverse already? And then you're holding up priority at removal to get rid of my Bloodtithe Harvester, because you don't want your werewolf transforming. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll just let it pass. It's fine. I'm kind of curious by the play of events right here. Duress is fine. They're going to take away my big score. That's the only target. Not much I can do about that. And frankly, I don't want to blood token it away to get another spell that they could target. I'd rather just see lose the big score. I still have the blood token. So I'm still happy that way. I don't want to try and interact with them during their main phase in case they cast a spell and tap out, like they just did there. So we'll go ahead and discard an Atraxa here. Another one. Chase probably minuses to mill me. Another big score. Not as big a fan on that. Let's go a Stormcarved Coast and let's duress the opponent. So 2 Invasion of Amkonkhets, a Sheholdred, and Odawar. We're gonna get rid of one of those invasions. Very effective. Red had a better win rate, but it seems boring. Mono red can be interesting. It has some niche plays to it. The problem that will proceed with mono red is repetitive gameplay. You're always looking to do the same thing, right? Hit the opponent, bring them down to 0. Mono blue, your interaction gets very different in that list. Not only are you trying to get them down to 0, but you're trying to use your counter magic to target the opponent's plays to a whole different effect. So, it's on a different angle. I'll just card another Atraxa, that's fine. Okay, I don't need the Atraxas. There's Go for the Throw, which is handy. Do I go for Throw the Suspicious Stowaway or the Sheholdred? I think I'm gonna wait and see what they do. Very mastermind, eh? Okay. Yeah, in that instance, I really don't want the invasion flipping, so I'm gonna go for the Throw the Suspicious Stowaway. Mastermind only cares about when they pay in the mana for each player draws, right? Otherwise, if I go to draw, it's a different story. So we take off the inevitable draw. Keep that away. Gets that to 2, and they probably cast in Shelly here. Unlicensed Hearse is kind of useful. So whatever Lasso type goes to copy, we can now eat with the Hearse. That's pretty handy. I get the draw here, so they'll get an extra draw off this because we drew. Wish the timing was a little bit better for that duress, but Right, with the way when it enters in, copy of a card. So we just remove the target from the copy. Okay, down to 14. Hidetsugu and Kairi, sure. Blue stops a lot of ETBing. Which spell? Very true, yeah, because you'll straight up just counter the spell altogether, which is always beneficial. If you're really wanting to stop ETBs though, I would actually encourage to build mono white mid-range to play Elish Nor, Mother of Machines. That card itself will just shut off all of the ETBs entirely. And Jace probably mills me another 3. I don't think I've lost anything in particular just yet. Oh, they mill themselves.
No secret escapes my
Interesting, so they never had a spell on top of the Hidetsugu. Alright, well, we're just gonna go ahead and eat some things here. We'll grab their Shelly and their Fairy Mastermind. Corpse Appraiser I do like. We're gonna start off with a Duress here. Wandering Emperor, Make Disappear, and Edict. Honestly, the Wandering Emperor. That thing just gets very troublesome very fast. We'll cast in our Corpse Appraiser. They can Make Disappear, but then they have to... Oh, alright. Let's eat their Suspicious Stowaway. Hey, what's going on, Sydney? Happy Tuesday. How you doing today? Soul Transfer, I do really like. Let's grab that Soul Transfer. Say no attacks, and we'll pass the turn. Jace will +1. Comes 0-3, that's fine. I imagine they'll probably... Oh, they're just going face. Yeah, alright. I thought they might have tried to finish the battle, but no, that's also fair. And then Shelly coming in. Problem is the Plaza of Heroes right now. Let's just eat the Breach and the Emperor. Go for the throat doesn't help me. The Plaza of Heroes active also doesn't help. Looks like opponent's just getting game 2, so we're gonna go to game 3. I just don't have any interaction that I can work with. The Plaza's being held up prevents me from being able to target Hidetsugu or the Sheholdred. And even if I did take out one of them, I would have to like try to soul transfer Hidetsugu first, or sorry, soul transfer the Sheholdred first. Their thought might be, all right, let's just let Sheholdred go. They don't have to worry about that, and then instead save the mana for the Hidetsugu. So I would either be double committing removal on one creature or losing out on another. Ultimately, that would then put me down to this Fairy Mastermind, leaving me at 3. If Shelly's still up, I draw a card, I go to 1. There's not a single card that gets me back from this position. We're gonna bring back in our Cruelty here. I'm on the play. I might decide to cut the unlicensed. The Herzes actually did some job. They put more of the pressure on me, though. I think I'll cut the Soul Transfer. We'll bring back in the Cruelty. If I could have rezzed, like, Atraxa, it might have been a different game. Losing 2 big scores kind of sucked, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get into game 3. We're just going to do that substitute. Bring back in the Cruelty kicks. See how it goes. We are going to go ahead and take that play. Go for the throat, Unlicensed Hearse, and Etali. Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. Etali's something I can bin. Hearse is going to let me eat their graveyard, and I have an early removal piece. So I'm okay with that. We'll go Shipwreck March turn 1. Alright. Doubt I'm going to have to worry about any spell being cast on turn 2 that I want to kill, so let's just preemptively get in Unlicensed Hearse. and we'll pass the turn. This will be a little bit of a slower game 3. I don't think we'll be very fast-paced. A lot of decisions from turns 4 to turn 8, more than likely. The rest is fine. We lose our go for the throat, but I would have liked to have kept it. But if anything, I'm only using it on their turn 3 or turn 4. We're going to go and eat. Let's just eat the duress. We'll play in Haunted Ridge. Pass the turn. I'm ideally going to look for a big score. We can discard Stormcarved Coast. And let's just go ahead and eat their graveyard targets. Make that Lazutep not even worth it. Shipwreck Marsh can come in and pass the turn. Might try to use Xander's Lounge to cycle and draw. Other potential is we discard the Takenuma, they bring back a creature. But I think it's going to be Xander's Lounge here. Another land. Is there anything from my graveyard I care about? Not entirely. I would like to keep Jace kind of down, so I think I'll just eat 2 of my own spells. Hey, what's going on, Rosario? How you doing? Welcome in. Royalty is a card. Royalty is a card I very much like. Royalty sets up a lot of things I can do. Especially in seeing their hand. Okay, that's cool. I can work with that. Rosario, how's your Tuesday going, friend? Welcome and hope it's going well. Interesting. Top deck Disdainful Stroke. That's not going to do anything versus me now. I think we're in a pretty good position here. Invasion's fine. We'll have to discard our land. That's fine. Have to Aldred and Jace. Alright. Let's go ahead and preemptively do this. I'll just go ahead and eat a land, it's fine. I eat my Atraxa. So that if they happen to defeat their own invasion, their only target on the invasion is another She-Holdred. Which doesn't do a ton. Much appreciated. Good to you. I'm doing good, Azario. I'm doing good. Today's been long. I'm kind of tired. So could have been a better day, but otherwise, it's alright. Otherwise, it's alright. Let's go ahead and grab a Bloodtithe Harvester. We're going to Corpse Appraiser. Eat their Shelly. I'll grab that Haunted Ridge. Play in, set Haunted Ridge, and Bloodtithe Harvester is going to get in as well. Stay next, no attacks, and pass the turn. I could have got in for 7 with the hearse. I could have. But I can also just double block Shelly with Corpse Appraiser in there. So I may just force them or go for the throat. Which is fine, actually. Let's go ahead and crew. I would rather not take a hit. Italiana. Hey, Scaletto, what's going on, friend? How you doing? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. What is up? So even if they attack with Shelly, I just block with the Unlicensed Hearse. So that seems fine. Edict is fine. I'm just going to get rid of my Bloodtithe Harvester. Because you can't go for the throw of my Unlicensed Hearse, so that is a-okay by me. But you are going to attack, so I'm going to say pass. Do this and block. And then I'm just going to go ahead and eat from my graveyard. I have my own Etali. The risk of them getting my stuff to flip at the moment is a little bit less. I think I'm fine leaving that in there. Let's just go ahead and eat 2 of their lands. In your stream today? Sorry, I'm not too sure. That's a good question. So that's fine. Hearst dies. All they have up is 2 mana. All I have to do here is discard my Etali to this blood token. Because there's no instant speed graveyard removal. And just like Magic, I suddenly get back and ooh. Do I take Atraxa here, actually? Atraxa might be better. 35 to 39. You know what? It's probably Atraxa. Yeah, I think it's Atraxa, actually. I need the hand. Refilling my hand with resources is going to be better here. Especially when I can get Duress and Invasion. I can grab an Etali, I can grab an Edict, and I can also grab a land. We'll take the Sokenzin. Yeah, that just kind of works out better. Because now I can go Duress. Hit their hand, see what I'm dealing with. Emperor, Disdainful Stroke. We can just say goodbye to the Emperor. I don't need to cast anything like that. We can then cast our Invasion of Amkonkhet, force them to discard a card. So they can flash in Fairy, that's fine. We mill some cards, they lose some things, they discard their Disdainful Stroke. They do get a card draw, but we're gonna go ahead and take out Fairy Mastermind here. And then pass the turn over. We've taken away options from their hand. They've gotten a few extra cards. Perfectly fine. I'm very happy where we're at with this hand right now, though. I would like some life back. I'd also like to flip the Etali that's in my graveyard. So I'm actually going to go for the Invasion to heal up for 7 here. And we're going to get game 3. Dragonauts, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. It's always appreciated. Please remember to tap that subscribe button to stay updated on all the new standard best of 3 decks for Magic the Gathering. And as always, keep believing. I'll catch you next time.